Hello and welcome to tonight's chat. Thank you everyone for joining in tonight. Hope everything's good and well with you all. Like you all have noticed, it's starting at 9:30 tonight. I will tell you all about that in a few minutes. Let's just see who's in the chat. Oh, bleeding hell, there's loads of messages here. I'll just go through them quick. Looking for new people who've just left comments there. Hopefully I've not missed anyone up to now. We've got Adrian in as well. We've got John there. Oh, we've got any little midget flies floating about. I don't know. Starting already that. Yeah, I think we've got everyone there up to now. Oh no, not yet. We've got some other people here. Yeah, that's cool. I think we've caught up with everyone who's left a message. So nice of you to join us. Good to see you all in. New comment. That's better. I'm back on the normal chat now. Yep. So cool. Oh, someone else. And someone else. Yep. Anyone else? Nope. I think that's about it. Oh, someone else there. So thank you everyone for joining in. Like I was saying, started half an hour late. That's because I was coming down the road and there was a guy on the road with some tyre marks going towards him. His face all cut. He's bit his tongue halfway through. He's cut all his chin. His shoe was in the middle of the road. It was like, what's going on here? So I had to basically stop my car in the middle of the road, put my hazards on, and deal with that. And that's probably why I'm running a bit late. So instead of not coming on, I thought I'll just let you all know in the pinned comment at the top that I'm going to start half an hour late. So yeah, just one of them things, isn't it? Really, things happen, and you've got to deal with it. So yeah, they took him off to the hospital. It wasn't making much sense of what he was saying, but yeah, I don't think a car hit him. I think he just fell over and gave himself concussion and nearly bit his tongue through as well. So hopefully he's okay. Also, I've spoken to ALW. Well, not spoken to him personally, but left a voice message and he left a message back. I was asking when the funeral is and stuff like that. He says it's not been arranged yet. He'll let us know when it's going on, and hopefully I'll be able to go up and pay my respects. Yeah, she passed away last week, so yeah, you probably all know. And I did ask if he wanted me to mention it, and he said I can do, because obviously he comes up on my chat and he's not been up for a while, and obviously you know why now. So yeah, let's hope everything comes out together with him and be strong for his kid as well. Yeah. So what else have been up to? Well, done that video, this one behind us, part 2, and yeah, thank you everyone who's gone over and watched it. It's really good. Yeah, the great response I've had on that video. It went straight to number 1 on my like list of how good it's doing on my YouTube studios. Yeah, we got yeah, Robert there, cool. Also, we got explanation there, excellent. We've got did have his name up for highlighted because he asked me a question about this place behind me. There he is, Shrimp Shack. No, it was in Rochdale. That's all I'm saying. It was in Rochdale, this place, not the Pennines. But did go up to the Pennines this week. Basically, got our guest in here, so I'll introduce our first guest. Hello, Mr. Bolt.
Hello, how are you doing?
All right, not too bad.
Congratulations. Welcome to my first beer. To myself. Congratulations to me.
Cheers.
And congratulations to you as well. Seems like we're
Yep.
both winners tonight.
Yeah.
Do you know why
Yeah.
I'm late? I apologise. Do
No,
you know
it's all
why
right. I'm late myself.
I was watching. If you're ready for this, or it might make some people wince, but I have a thing for watching like pimple popping videos, and like these things, right? I just couldn't take my eyes off this. I just couldn't stop watching it. It was like, oh, and I realized I'm like tensing up, and I'm watching it. I'm like, oh. And then I realized I haven't been breathing properly for the last 5 minutes. I'm just like watching these videos. They make me go like that, you know. So yeah, my head's a bit after watching it, like, you know. So yeah, and I tell you, somebody who likes those as well is Pompey. Pompey sends them to me, and I send them to him. So he's got a fascination with him as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, somebody had something wrong with their toenail, and put it like this. Yeah, I won't say. Yeah.
I was just saying, I went up to the Peak District over the weekend.
Oh right, yes.
Yeah, there's a couple of places. Went to meet Richard, and obviously he takes us on mad places, doesn't he? When you least expect it. I thought I was only going down to chill with him around at his house, but yeah, he took us out. Lucky I had all my gear in the car. But saying that, most of it didn't work for some reason. Batteries kept on dying and stuff. So yeah, we got to one place. Yeah, the main place we wanted to go, and it wasn't a go basically. So it was right. We wanted to get underground, so we went like several locations. We got under some underground and stuff like that. Yeah, it's quite good. We did manage to get underground eventually, and I'll show you a little clip. It's only got to be short because I've not even started editing the video yet. Share screen.
Hello to everybody in channel, by the way. Just scrolling through all your names. Hi, Mel, Mark, John Bengal. Why is he not in you?
I'll post the link up now. Paste.
And Melissa, do you get Melissa don't come on here, really, does she?
Not really. She's came up once or twice. Yeah. What are we here? Here we are. Let's click on that.
Explore Nation, hello. And thanks to Mick Spanner for the tunnel, you know, the other day. Hello.
Is that the one you went on? Yeah.
Yeah, Mick Spanner sent me the link for that, which was really cool. I enjoyed that. It's a nice, clean little tunnel, that.
Right, here's when we did get in somewhere. Yeah.
Bloody hell. That looks like is that a hell of a drop?
You'll have to watch a video, won't you?
Oh. Okay. Yeah, it looks like one of those sort of 100, 200 foot bloody drop things or something, yeah.
It is called the Giant's Hole. So, yeah. Apparently, where we went in, it was near the Blue John Mines, and I'm not too sure where that is. It's Derbyshire Peak District. It's near.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Castleton or something like that. I believe.
Right. Okay.
And in the system we was in, you can actually get from Castleton, which is pretty far away from Buxton, and apparently it links all the way up to Buxton, so you can go for miles and miles. It probably takes you a few days to do the journey, like.
Mm.
So yeah, it's pretty cool if you think about that. Might be a video coming there, but if I'm disappeared for a week, you know what has happened.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think I know something that would fill the giant's hole. And no, I won't go there.
We've
Mm.
got put some more people in. Pretty cool. Yeah. So, like you say, if it was good to do that, you'd have to get a guide and do it and organise it and get a team of you to do it. You know what I mean? You just can't do it on your own like that. No way. Not all that.
Pompey's in, actually, the one who we've been sharing all these like pimple popping. We just need to call you pimple eye or pimp eye, don't we? Really, pimple popping eye, pimp eye.
Yeah.
What's this question mark behind you then? What's that about?
That was my thumbnail for one of my videos.
Mm.
And I was talking about that before you came up as well, saying thanks everyone who's jumped on it and watched it. It's basically a secret tunnel we found underneath a waterfall.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
You put the video out now, don't you? I think I saw a bit of it.
Yeah, we went in and obviously we didn't do the full tour. We weren't ready. We went back in my last video and we did it. Also, like I say, we've been out yesterday. It was all over the Peak District and everywhere. I was supposed to meet up with this guy here. Where's his name gone now? Just seen it there a minute ago. Robert, he was on here the other day, last week, I think. There he is. Supposed to meet up with him. I did say I was going up to see Richie and stuff like that, and if got time, I'll call and see him. And I managed to go back up to Rochdale and meet him, and we did this place again with him, because obviously he wanted to go on and explore with us, and this was local to him, and he obviously enjoyed the video, so took him on it. So that was pretty cool. Like I say, I tried filming just on the head cam, but don't know what happened to that. Just one of them things. I've got my head cam filming. Lucky enough, it was filming because I pulled my pocket camera out. I'm filming this other cave thing we've just found, climbing up to it. For about 10-minute long video, and it weren't recording. So I was walking out, and you can actually see the camera coming in front of the head cam while I'm trying to climb one-handed, and yeah, it was just one of them days. It was. So it was pretty cool. I had my head camera on. I did ask the question last week on Sunday. Should I use the head cam more? And people said, yeah, use it a lot more because it catches stuff when you turn your camera off. Because when we went back to this place, we went up the ladders, and Tom was following us up the ladders, and he knocked like half a brick off the ledge and nearly hit his mate. But I turned my camera off just as he knocking that down. So you heard it on my camera go clink. Then I flicked to my head cam and the audio on the head cam, and you can hear the actual brick fall and what happened then. And obviously, if I didn't have my head camera, I'd miss all that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like the old bob lobs for, because I wear them on the chest. What I've noticed though recently is it kind of like it sags unless you've got a coat that's really hard, so it holds it in position. It sort of like sags, and your fabric sort of folds over. So what I've done now is on the back, because there's like a round piece that it like sits on, and on the back of it, I put stickies on it and then got a piece of plastic and then stuck it on the inside of the coat. And then basically the coat pushes against your chest, and then it holds the camera up. So this is kind of like this bit here is now pressing on your thing. It's trying to go down, but it can't because it's kind of like doing that. So I found that was quite good because that holds it up. I might even widen it so it's sort of like wider, you know, across as well, so, because the camera can still turn a little bit left and right moving, but the downward is the worst bit. But now that's kind of fixed, so kind of fixed the problem.
We've got our next guest in. It's
Ooh.
Robert Hunter. You right, Robert?
How you doing,
Hey,
guys? All right. Are you all
Yeah,
right?
not too bad. Yeah, all right, mate.
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, good, man. I enjoyed it yesterday, mate. It was a good experience, that, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, I was a little bit knackered. Still knackered now. My legs are all aching and stuff for all the walking we did. Not with you, but with Richie Wellick.
Yeah, you had a busy day then, yeah.
Yeah. He's a tall guy, so his steps are extra long, so trying to keep up with him, it was like jogging half the time.
You got a predator UFO on the side of your head, like it's in cloak mode. oh my god, it's a predator.
The green screen loves it, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if you heard then, Robert, but the head camera of what footage of last night with you didn't record, like you said at the end. I didn't think it recorded, and it didn't.
Oh, the end bit, well, yeah.
Yeah, well, the whole thing, all of it, the actual walkthrough with you.
Yeah, I got some footage, but check this out. My camera was playing up yesterday. My camera kept cutting out every 20 seconds, so I can do a little video of it, but obviously I have to, you know, just fit them in.
Yeah.
How weird's that then? If your camera was playing...
Did it film Did it film constantly but stopped every 20 seconds?
Yeah, it kept doing that. It's never done that before.
No. Yeah, my cameras and all sorts were playing up yesterday. I don't know what's going on. I went to use my headlight, a med torch, but it just stopped. I was like, oh no. Yeah.
So, do you actually format your SD card in the device? So, because sometimes if you just try to erase the files on a computer, you just erase all your files and you put it back in. They don't like that. They like to be formatted clean, you know, on the device. I've noticed that. And the other thing is, if they keep doing that, just make sure that, like, take the card out, flip it upside down, and get a very sort of like, you know, like a sharp thing, but just lightly scuff up the copper to make sure it's not oxidized. Put it back in, make sure it's making a good contact, because I think sometimes they can kind of like jitter otherwise, you know.
Yeah, you do the chip bit, don't you, on it?
Do not press hard though. It's just like you're just very lightly rubbing back and forth until you get a nice shine on the SD card, on that little bit. I wonder if I got one to show anyone.
Crazy John in?
He was. You brought his message up on the screen a minute ago.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I've already had him on then.
Yeah.
There's a question for you, Matt.
What is the poster behind me? It's the boys. It's the boys. It's the boys. If you haven't seen it, because I realized there was a few people last night. John Bengal hadn't seen it. Matt Brady hadn't seen it, and I just went, you guys are mental, because this is like one of the best series to appear on TV in the last like 20 years. It's superheroes gone wrong, and it's brilliant. It's so dark and so naughty, the humor in it. I mean, it's just like a blood fest, right? I mean, as well, it's like they just kill people ruthlessly, and they just love like splatting the blood at the camera and the screen, and it's like, it's just like, it's so over the top. And it's got Carl Urban in it, you know, from Star Trek, and also Judge Dredd. And Judge Dredd, one of my favorite movies, by the way. I loved his portrayal of Judge Dredd. But you've got to watch it. If you haven't seen The Boys, trust me, just have a look at a trailer, right? But when you watch it, it's much better than the trailers. The trailers will tease you. Trust me, it's a lot better than the trailers, even. There's some, yeah, just go and watch it. And then you can tell me like, thanks, Matt. You can send me an email. Just go, thank you, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few that have
There we
not
are.
watched it. They're saying.
He said
And-
it's brutal. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. It's brutal. It's one of those like you're laughing because it's so wrong. It's like, oh, did they just do that? Oh, fuck. It's just so wrong.
Is it like
I'm
a
not-
series? Like a
Mm.
series, yeah.
And there's 3 seasons of it have already gone. So you've got loads to watch. Trust me, you are going to love it. Because if you jump in now, you just get to watch them bang, 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 bang. And you won't be able to stop. They're addictive. You know, they're really good. Yeah.
What channel's that on?
It's Amazon Prime, but you can always... I'm sure there's somewhere on the internet you'll be able to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I've never heard of it. A lot of people in the chat saying they haven't.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how people are missing it. I really don't. Because it's Amazon's way of kind of saying like, hey, we can do what we like. You know, we can be as rough as we want. We can be as rude as we want because, you know, nobody's going to tell us what to do. It's our channel. And that's what it's like. It is rough. It's a bit perverted in places as well. Like there's some really, yeah, there's a character called the Deep, and he's like he can telepathically communicate with the sea world. Yeah, he's a bit of a pervert. That's all I'm going to say. He's a real pervert.
Right, so they like superheroes, but they turn like criminals, is it, basically?
Right. What it is, these guys here want to destroy the superheroes because the superheroes are actually the bad guys. The superheroes, right, are on TV and everyone thinks the superheroes are really good guys. So there's a whole organization that like look after the superheroes, that like do PR work for them to make them look good. And if these superheroes are killing people, they're just killing people. They're ruthless. They don't give a shit. They'll kill people. And then the organization will just cover it up and then like put them on television and say, oh, there was a reason for that. That wasn't how you thought it was. And they just cover everything up. But not, they are some sick superheroes. They're nasty. They just kill people for fun. Like some of them, they're just like, yeah, I'll just twist your head off. I'll just laser beam you, you know, and they're just nasty. But the public think they're wonderful. But these guys here know what they're really like, and they're trying to stop them. So that's what it's about.
Right, so I take it it's not Superman and Spider-Man, it's all made up superheroes.
Made up superheroes, but the
Yeah.
main superhero is almost like a sort of Superman because he can fly, he's got laser eyes, so you can see how they're taking the piss out of Superman. But yeah, a lot of the other characters are different.
Yeah, so they won't dress up in like costumes or out, will they? They'll be in the normal clothes. I'm taking it, and they've just got their powers.
No. They like the main character. He looks like Superman, dressed as Superman. He never takes his costume off. He's always in costume, you know, and he just walks around like, you know, and sort of like. You know, he's like Mr. America. He's like ultra, like white smile, like perfect face, blonde hair, you know, like he's just like Superman thing, but he just can't wait to sort of like screw somebody over. He enjoys it. He's a psychopath. Yeah.
Obviously, they can't use Superman and stuff like that because they'd have to pay royalty fees, wouldn't they? And stuff like that.
He's called Homelander.
So, like you say, their channel, so they made up a selection of superheroes and set this series about it, or what you said about. Sounds pretty cool. I'll definitely search for that.
And how they are superheroes as well. There's a whole kind of dark backstory to how that all came about, and I won't spoil it for anybody, but like you need to, you know, they didn't just arrive one day like from planet Krypton or whatever. It's a lot more dark than that.
It sounds good. Yeah. I don't watch much telly, me. I'm not a telly person. I only watch it like when I'm going to sleep at night. I just put it on as background to help me nod off. I put Only Fools and Horses on or something, you know what I mean? But out like that, I'll have a look at it and just see if I can get into it, you know.
I would, yeah. I mean, like the moment the series starts, the very first episode, within about 30 seconds of the show starting, it's like, all I'm going to tell you is like, it's love story, two lovers. And yeah, within 30 seconds, it's all gone wrong, really badly wrong. It's like, it ain't a love story no more. Jesus Christ. So within 30 seconds, you'll know what the series is capable of. You'll be like,
so it changes the perspective of the reality straight away and kicks you in the face.
It's like slaps you straight in the face within the first 30 seconds. Like,
yeah. Sounds pretty cool. I'll have to definitely check that one out. Yeah.
Yeah, there is sites you can get it from as well. I know a few sites like where you can get stuff like that, you know, but I don't watch them. You know, it's just.
I never watch those sites at all. I have no idea how this stuff arrives on my hard drive. You know, I never put it there. It's just like I come in the morning and there's all these like new movies and files. And there's bloody what the hell? Who's sticking this shit on my hard drive?
No, cheers, thanks. I'll watch that after.
I got some sort of like hacker ghost, you know, like that's kind of looking after me or something. It's weird.
The Wickerman there is asking, what's it called? Can you just show me the poster again? It's called The Boys.
It's called The Boys. The Boys. Yeah. Yeah.
Cheers, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Just reading the comments there. Thomas is asking you a question there, Robert.
No, mate. I'm Rochdale, not Barnsley. I'm not the ace of spades, mate.
There's a few lads that do a lot of mining from Barnsley. Something Monkeys, Northern Monkeys, I think they're called. They were on Martin Zado's channel once or twice.
Yeah, I'm Rochdale way, me.
It's not too far from there, is it really?
I think Burnley's closer than Barnsley. Yeah, Burnley's
get mixed
closer.
up by the two then, Burnley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Haunted.
Oh, horticulture, yep.
Who's that he's with? Was that Ali Law? Who's that then?
He's jumped there.
That is Ali Law. You met Ali Law, look.
Yeah, it's Ali Law, yeah.
Tell us a story in the comments then. How did you meet Ali Law? I love Ali Law.
Matt, check your WhatsApp.
Your WhatsApp? Okay, fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
Look, there's Ali Law, look, on my wall. And I've met him. I've had him on my boat once. Yeah, and I met him in London. I went up to see him in London, and I got off a tube, and I was like walking towards where the meet was, and I saw this bloke walking down the street. I went, Ali, and he goes, "Oh my God, you're the first person to spot me." I'm like, yeah, right, cheers.
He does some mad stuff, doesn't he, Ali?
Yeah. It was taking YouTube by storm, wasn't it, basically? And obviously what he does is not great, and he had a lot of young followers watching what he does, and that's what's happened. They took him off it, really.
Well, it was more that he got done for what he was doing. Oh, hello. I had a flash on my screen always because Premiere finished doing some rendering in the background. He basically was done over for certain things he did. He could have avoided it very easily, but he kind of he pushed it a bit too much with certain explores and things he was doing. It's a bit sad, really, you know, because he got taken to court, and then they put what was it, like an order on him. You know, you are not allowed to do any of this, and this, like, you know. And even though it's not those things that they were saying specifically aren't against the law in themselves, he'd been ordered not to do them. So you know, it was an order from the court. So they were saying, like, you can't do this, and this. But, you know, what he got done for was a specific event. But because of that specific event, they said, right, you can't do this, and this, and this, and this. So they were very general. and they screwed him basically. Yeah.
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 Well,
Sorry.
it's happened in auditing community as well. Like, you know, with auditors, yeah, fair enough, they ought to do audits of businesses and stuff like that. But once they get them in court, it's like, you can't do this. You're not allowed to film that. You know.
Mm.
Yeah. Haunted coachman saying he only lives 5 minutes from Ellie Law's house. So he probably bumps into him quite often.
Ah.
Pretty cool, that.
Mm.
What?
Somebody said, "Look at my things." So let's read it. And
yeah.
What?
Read your Instagram. John Bengal said.
Oh.
While you're doing that, I'm going to introduce our next guest. It's Melissa Jones, Paranormal.
Hello.
Hello, Melissa.
Hello.
You all right?
Hello. Yeah, you. Hello.
Have you met Ali Law?
No.
Oh, useless. Right, next.
Can't get the bloody staff round here, I tell you. Have you met him? Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he has.
Yeah.
Have you met him,
said, he says, look, you can get this magnetic suction back thing for the Boblov, but it don't work, see, because this is the whole point, right? If you get something that's like my hand and you stick it up behind there, once you put the Boblov on it, the Boblov goes like that, and it just pulls the clothing out. So what you need is you don't necessarily need something like that, and magnetics don't go for magnetics. Steve has had this thing. If you put a magnetic mount behind it and it has a magnet, it goes ka-chung. Right, trust me, if you hit something, it's going to fly off. The only way you can be really safe are the same things that the police and the ambulance and the fire use, right? And they're actually screwed through your clothing. You actually put the thing on it, and then you go behind it and you put a plate on it, and then you screw it so that the two things are like joined. They're the safe things. They're called click fast, and they're really good. Click fast. Yeah.
Would you be bothered doing all that though?
Well, you know, on a coat or something like that. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, not a t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, you know, yeah, t-shirts. No, t-shirts too floppy.
Hi, Mark.
On a coat. But I don't go for these magnet things because I don't trust them. And if a camera drops on the floor, it's worth too much money, like, you know.
Yeah.
It is. Even with the DJI, when you lose a little tiny piece, they're not cheap. They're definitely not cheap.
No, they're not. Because I use the DJI.
Yeah. Yeah, I do as well. Yeah, I do now. Best thing I ever bought.
Yeah.
Which one do you use?
DJI
Melissa?
Pocket 2.
Oh, you got a little pocket similar to mine.
It is good, isn't it? Yeah. It is.
Robert's got the action one, haven't you?
Yeah, the DJI action cam. Yeah, I've got that, mate. Yeah, it's good. It's like a GoPro.
Yeah.
But it's obviously fully submersible. It's waterproof up to 10 meters, so which is good.
I'll tell you something I saw the other day. There's a guy called Potato Jet. Weird name. He's a Chinese guy living in Los Angeles, but he reviews cameras. He's into all sorts of cameras. So he reviews drones and all little cams, right the way up to the highest quality, you know, like 100,000, 200,000 pound. Well, I think he's even had his hands on £1 million camera, you know, like movie cameras, you know, and he's allowed to sort of like, you know, go in and play with them and show people his footage sort of thing, you know, so they invite him in. But anyway, he showed this little camera called it's an Insta, like my 360 camera, but it's much smaller. This is the 360 camera, but it's only got one lens on it. Like that's the 360. It's got two lenses on it.
Didn't know it was that small. That's what they all say.
Right. That one is, yeah. But like even smaller, right? Even smaller than this. If you look at the length of my finger there, right? It's even smaller than this. There's a little camera. It's only about that big, yeah. Little lens on the front, and it's called I think it's called the Go 2 or something like that. It's the Insta Go 2 or Mini 2 or something like that. And what people have been doing, because they're tiny, they've been putting them on their cats' collars, and then they're watching their cats where they go, and seeing how the cats socialize, and it's fascinating, But he put one on his drone, and I was like, what's going on here then? But the thing is, when he was flying his drone around, this thing was actually like stabilizing the tilt. Yeah, it was stabilizing the tilting, because that's the thing with I've got a GoPro, and like you can tilt it a little bit and it will correct for it. But if you want to be able to tilt it like really far and have it correct, you've got to get this lens on it, and then it takes it down to 2.7K, and it's slightly fuzzy at the edges. But it appears that this Go 2 or Mini 2, I'm gonna have to look into a bit more, but it appears like if you tilt it, no, you don't need any special lenses, just straight out of the box. If you tilt it, it smooths all the tilting out, so that it's like it's nice, smooth. It's a jagged, horrible shaking, So yeah, but it's tiny, tiny, tiny. It's so small you could wear that on your coat, or you could put it on a little mini drone, because it's so small, it's so light. You could put it on a mini drone, So
yeah.
Like an
Now,
FPV
can you actually buy a light for the DJI Pocket? You can't, can you?
Well, you can just slap a light on it, and that's what I do. You don't have to. It doesn't come with it.
No.
But what I do is I get these little flat lights, which are quite cheap.
Oh yeah, I seen that on your video the other day. The tunnel one.
These charge up and will operate for an hour on full brightness, like their fullest mode. But they do other things as well, like they can do special effects, like
red, green, and blue,
cop car, and all that sort of stuff. I don't know if this is the one that does it. Yeah, like police.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does stuff like that. It does effects. Now you can also you can make it red or green or blue or any mixture of those colors. So you can actually you can put a couple of these. Now they're only about 40 quid, right? But if you take a few in your bag, they don't take up much space, because they're only really thin and they're quite light. But if you needed to light a scene professionally, like you could put 4 of these in your bag, and you could stick one over there, red, green, blue, and you could kind of like, and then one white one for your face, and you could go like pro. So I've got 2 in my bag. I've got 2. This one's only white only, and it does do the yellowy golden colors through to the bluey colors, but I prefer the goldeny colors because it's better on your skin. And then all you got to do is get the pocket camera. Like if you've got the did you get the one with the radio mic, or did you just get the normal? So the radio mic thing,
combo.
The creator combo, radio mic thing, that's a socket there that you can actually screw it straight into. You can screw the light straight onto the bottom of that.
Oh, right, cool.
However, I've got this little handle thing as well, and the handle thing, it goes in there, and that also has one on the bottom, but the handle allows me to put the mouthpiece thing in there, so I can go
like your scuba dive.
Yeah, and I can go up ladders then. So that's why I have it like that. And
cool.
This is the ultimate thing you want for your Pocket 2. This little rotary control here. It basically allows.
I need to get one of them.
You can get them for about as cheap as 20 quid, right? And once you plug that in, you can go slowly moving down, or if you push it a bit more, it goes faster. Whereas the little thing that comes with it is one speed, so it's very slow. It's very slow.
What I lost.
Yeah.
When I was I bought the pole. I bought the, is it Smarty pole? What it goes onto, and it holds your phone and holds the DJI. And I lost that little tiny thing, but connects the phone to the DJI. So when I was doing Hawk Lords, I was chopping Jerry in half, because I was trying to keep up with him, and I couldn't, because he was back and forth. So I ended up, because I was right on top of him, I didn't manage to get it properly, because I didn't have that little connector, because I lost it in long grass. So I was literally stuck then.
Yeah.
So they can have the footage off me, but they might have to edit it and crop it down a bit, because they want to use it for their album. So, yeah. But I said to him, sorry, like, you might have to cut pieces off, because I couldn't keep up with Jerry. back forth. I was like, what are you doing?
I'm still using the first Pocket, and I've noticed with that, it seems like when you watching the video back, it seems like you zoomed in quite a way, quite
need to
much
get a
compared
lens.
to my head cam, where my head cam you can see a lot more. And when I'm trying to film things with my little pocket, it's got a little screen, like you say, and it's very hard to see. But when you're moving stuff down, I'm not getting it right sometimes. Know what I mean? Because
Wide
I'm
angle
too
lens.
zoomed in. Yeah, but that
Get a
means
wide angle.
you got to then edit that thing, do a bit of software thing, can't you, Matt, or something, processing or something.
You get a little stick-on wider angle lens because it is a slightly closer angle on the Pocket 1.
Yeah.
The Pocket 2 is much wider out of the box, but you can put another lens on it, makes it even wider again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's worth going super wide, really, because you don't have to worry about what you're looking at. It's always in shot. Anyway, I've got to go and get a beer, folks, because it's getting
Especially when
serious
Yeah, no
now.
worries.
Getting
When
serious.
you're close up.
Throat is closing up now. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Especially when
I've
you're
got
close up, you need a wide angle lens, really. Especially if
Yeah.
you're right on top or something. I find that a lot better.
That's
got
it.
the
I've
whole thing.
started to hold it right really back sort of thing while I'm filming now. It helps a bit, but not much. But also, no point in replacing a perfectly good camera. Know what I
No,
mean? Wait till
definitely
it
not.
breaks or damages, and even then they might bring out a Pocket 3 by that time, because that's DJI for you. I
Yeah.
just bought the Pocket. They brought
No,
out the
that was
Pocket 2
quick, man.
2 weeks after, and I bought the Maverick Mini
Down the fucking stairs.
drone, and they brought out the Maverick Mini 2 drone a couple of weeks after. I was like, you can't win. And like Robert there showing us his DJI action camera, I'm quite impressed with that. I like DJI stuff, and I'm worried if
They're
I
just
buy
small,
that
aren't
now, are they going to release the next one straight away?
Yeah, I've not heard now in it if they're bringing out the Action Cam 2, but like with the Action Cam 2, it's got two screens. You've got a screen on the front so you can see it that way, and you can also see a screen at, you know, like when you've got it pointed at you, you see yourself there.
Yeah.
So you got the two screens, you can see everything, and it's a really good camera. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the Pocket 3 now, because you know what is going to come next, and I know what's coming. 1-inch sensor, better in the dark, clearer image, even clearer than it is now. But what I'm really hoping for is not just a 1-inch sensor. It's like, please 10-bit color, please.
So you don't have to buy the little lenses. You can buy the different color lenses, can't you, for it?
No, 10-bit color is how much color information there is, because most cameras, including, you know, the Pocket 2, is 8-bit color. And it means there's only 256 scale for red, 256 for green, and 256 for blue. And that means, yes, you get 16 million colors. But when you get the skies, you can sometimes see banding. You can see you can see the banding in the color. And when you go to like color correct, you know, you can't push it too far one way or too far the other, but 10-bit is like much better. It's on the drones. A lot of the drones have got 10-bit color now, you know, but yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, definitely.
Got a book in your room, Will.
Mr. Bengal
What
has
a
just
little midget
sent me money.
flies.
It's like you go, what is?
Just bear with me a second, Will. I'm going to jump off. My internet's playing up here a minute. I think I've got a download, so I'm going to sort that and I'll jump back on, guys, yeah?
All right.
All right, mate.
See you soon, guys.
See you,
bye-bye.
I think this John's having trouble as well. He was in the chat. I was going to put him up, but he disappeared again.
What a bastard.
Hidden Valley Drums is in. Cool.
I don't know.
John Bengal. Yes, mate. It's there. Right. I shall send it to him.
Oh, he wants a link, does he?
No, well, no, he's just sent me some money because he's going to have me old Boblov, which is actually a bloody good Boblov. It just doesn't, it doesn't last quite as long time-wise as my new one. And the new one just has a few more infrareds, but you've seen the results of that old one I had. It's perfect, it's good. But, I just upgraded to a new one and selling the old one cheap, so he's having that off us. you won't be disappointed, mate. I mean, I liked it, to be honest. It was a good little work of that.
I like your 3D. I like your little 3D camera. Watching somebody on stage on that, I was like, oh my God, they're on top of you. Brilliant little thing it is. Yeah.
A 3D camera with two. Oh, go on, you bastard!
You got your back screen.
It's like right, here we are. 2 lenses.
It is brilliant.
2 lenses. Yeah.
Go on, show again. You're on big screen now.
God. Yeah. Okay. Right. It'll open its eye in a second. Here we are. Right. Where's its eye? There we are. 2 eyes. It's like Johnny Five.
Johnny Five. Yeah.
Johnny Five is alive, and now Johnny Five gone to sleep.
It's gone to sleep. It's brilliant. But seeing that on the screen is like they're all there on top of you. It's like, whoa. Watching Osric for that, I was like that. Oh no. What one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a pain.
Good piece of
I like my 3D TV, like, you know, I do like it when you get a movie that's done well. And one of the best movies in 3D ever just happens to be what he was in, Judge Dredd. The 3D in that is just like mind blowing. When they take that drug called slow-mo, and like it's all like speckly, everything goes speckly, and you can see all the speckles in 3D. It's just amazing. Hey, John.
Hello, Mr. John.
Hello, John.
He hasn't just got up out of bed, honest.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
You're right, John.
Yeah.
Yes. Just
good.
Yeah, just been finishing a few things and uploading another video, and had trouble with my laptop and went, fuck you, I'll use a different browser.
Fuck you, laptop.
Sorry, I mean, forget you, use a different browser.
Yeah,
crazy stuff.
I just keep, I don't know, just doesn't like it. I don't like Chrome. I just usually use Opera or whatever you want to.
That's your problem.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't happy, so I'll just use
Hello,
Chrome.
Ozzy. Oi, oi, oi.
Imagine Melissa on that helium.
I've had it, you know, it's funny.
Should be able to talk to dolphins, man.
What's that? You want me to play with your blowhole?
Yeah.
Adult content in 3D, really?
Oh no, adult content.
Yeah.
That close up, you'd be like, oh my God. Is that what it really looks like?
I'm looking for some sort of device to put me action camera on my head, but it's just too big and bulky, really, if you know what I mean. And if you have it on your chest, that doesn't catch what you catch all the time as you move your head, because you might be filming one side. Yeah.
On your rucksack.
There's two sort of like there's a thing. Put it on your head, and then the motion is always there. So you have to remember to not turn your head. So you're moving your eyes, not your head. You have to remember to kind of move your eyes, because if you go in like that, it's whoosh, 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 and it does kind of smooth it a little bit. But you know that's the problem. So you know what I did? I mean, I had my helmet and I put a little stalk on it, and I put my 360 on there, because if I turn left, it still faces you, because it sees all directions, but it's still seeing you. And then if I turn right, it's still looking at you. And if I look down, it's still looking at you. And if I look up, it's still looking at you. It locks the direction, and then you have to tell it in the software, turn right, turn left, but it does it smoothly. It sort of goes, ooh, ooh. it sort of smooths it out. But I
Is it
can,
like
yeah, it
that
makes that noise.
using sound as well?
Yeah.
Is it easy to use though?
Yeah.
That the
Oh,
360.
so easy, man. So easy. I mean, I could show you how easy the software is, but the thing is, all you have to do is download a little bit of footage. I could upload like some of one of my explores. I'll upload a chunk of footage for you. Download the free software from Insta360 and just import that file that I've got there, and then you can be the director. You can actually point the camera whichever direction you want. You can see how easy. I mean, it's designed to be oversimplified. You know, it's really simple to use.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I could show you some stuff on it. I've been editing on it all day today, actually. I've been doing
Unless you
old
can
footage,
do it
which I
the other
forgot
way
about.
around. Use the DJI for your back and forth, doing that, and then use that for your main on your chest, and then put them together. It's always just that way.
I bought that Bovlov of Matt because, like, when I'm using my phone, it's just like this, and it just annoys me because I'm always having to. And then, like, if I'm climbing up something, I can't always use my phone. So if I've got that on my chest, I don't have to worry about it. Just let it go, keep going.
Yeah.
Then I can use both bits of footage later on, cut it together. Happy days.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting the extending, you know, like the tripod thing for the DJI, like an extension pole. I'm thinking about getting one of them, but the end's quite thin, and I'm always a bit, you know, if you've got that on it, even though it clips on, it's still a bit, you know, in case somebody knocks you, it could just fly off.
Just go flying. Quite easy.
Yeah, that's the only problem. Like, but you can get the whole set on Amazon for like 20, 25 quid. That's the chest brace things, your rucksack things, all the little gadgets with it.
Yeah,
which is a good idea. Like, but no way I'm going to be doing it on my chest.
I can show you the software now if you want. I mean, it's very simplistic, the software. I mean, it's on if you want to bring it up. Right, okay, so there we are. So this is an exploited. There's Sam is there. But basically, you just load the files in. They come down the left-hand side, and you can see these are all the movement changes I've made to the direction of the camera. So all these little things at the bottom are just the movement changes. And so if I go into like 360 mode here, I can just move it around. You see, I can turn the camera in any direction I want. You know, so you don't have to worry about where you're pointing the camera. You don't have to worry about looking at a little screen and thinking, am I getting it? Am I not getting it? You are. Because I can go up and look at the ceiling. I can go down and look at the floor. I can go back and look at my face, if it weren't for the fact I was shining a big torch out. But, you know, and I can
lock
point
onto your face?
Yeah, you can zoom in, you know, you zoom in,
I mean,
zoom out.
I mean, pick your face like that now, and then play the camera so it follows you.
There is a face tracking feature. There is, but I've never used it. There's a face tracking feature, but I don't use it. Yeah. But, you know, all you got to remember is, like, you can see I'm holding it on a pole, but it raises the pole. So it looks like it's, you know, magically hovering out in front of you, you know. So, like, if I see there now, I'm holding the pole into a room. So I've got it on a pole. But it doesn't matter whether it literally does not matter whether the thing is upright, upside down, left, right, at an angle. It doesn't matter. It maintains the horizon is level, perfectly level.
I didn't love the 360.
You know, so I can change the angle. I can zoom in. I can make it very wide. I can zoom in on something. I can have a look around. You know, and then you set it so that as you're playing it, you change your angles as you're playing. So, I mean, like here, for instance, you'll see, like, I'm pointing that way, and the camera's turning now. That's it. That's the change. I just made a change there.
Right?
And now it's turning into the room because it's compass locked. It's locked with a compass to the direction of north, as it were. And then all these little points are like, no, point it east, point it north, point it west, point it south. You know, because it's locked on as a compass that's built into it, you know. So it's amazing because like you could be wandering down the corridor, and then all I have to do is like just before I go into the court up here is I start turning the camera. You see, I've already started turning it. So the moment I go through the door, it's pointing in the right direction already. See, because I already started the turn 7 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really, really simple to do it. You just point the camera where you want it to be, and you press make a note of that, dunk, and then you say turn the camera, make a note of that. That was another turn there. Then you see, and another one. So I'm turning the camera now in the software. Yeah, so you get a good look at the room.
Matt, say that you say turn left now.
Yeah.
Or east, whatever on the camera.
Yeah, I can turn east.
How far will it turn on its own when you command it to? Or do you
set
it by this
as much as you want? As much as you want.
How can you set that though so it knows how far you want to turn it?
Yeah, so like I'll do one for you now, right? I'll come in close. Right, here's a bit that I haven't done anything in. So say I'm there, right, and we're walking down the corridor, right? Say we're walking down the corridor, and I say, well, I don't want to be looking down this corridor. I want to be looking down that corridor. So what I do is I put a mark in, and I just twist the camera, and that's it. It's done. So now if I play that back now, right, then we'll be looking down that corridor straight on. We're not looking down that other corridor anymore. We're looking down there. But see, now I've passed that room on the right. I passed it.
Yeah.
And I passed another room on the right. Well, let's change it, right? Let's say I don't want that anymore. I want to be looking down that rooms on the right. So I come by here, stop it, put a mark in, turn it to the right. Let's play that back. So now, you know, you'll see originally walking down the corridor. Now it turns to the right when I play it. And let's go back straight again. I'll say, and I want to go back straight now. I've gone past the door, so I go back straight. That's it. So let's play the whole thing back. And it's just like I'm walking forwards. It turns to the right, stops. Then it turns back, stops. That's it. It's as simple as that. I mean, how simple can you get?
Yeah. So basically, you click
simple.
And manually select how far you want to go on the screen itself, and then press go on it.
Yeah, you press. I want a new direction point. You press, which is called a keyframe.
Yeah,
and you turn it to face something like that door, right? So I've not got a new keyframe. So right, let's play it again. So we come down the corridor, turn to the right, stop, turn to the left, stop, and now look at the door. See, simple as that.
So you can actually watch yourself walking forward, but from the behind, so it looks like where you've just walked from as well.
Yeah. If I want to watch me walking down the corridor, I can turn it there. Now the thing is, I've got mine in the air. If I had it out in front of me, you'd see my face, but I got it in the air. But you know, you can do the air. You can do my thing. So we walk down the corridor. It turns to the right, stops. Then it turns to the left, stops. Also continues to look at the door, and then continues on to look at me. Bang. See? And it puts all the smooth motion in as well. So it smoothly turns it. And you can correct your mistakes. You can, you know, erase those points and start afresh. You know, it's like, you know, it's really simple. I mean, I think anyone could get used to using it very quickly. And you can do that on your mobile phone. You don't have to use a computer. You can do all this like editing on the mobile phone. But it is a bit quicker for me on a powerful computer to render it out. So, you know, and the thing is as well, you notice there's a lot of, it's not as clean a camera as people think, but when you render it, there's a clean out the footage mode. It's called remove the grain. So it gets rid of that grain. And then if it's really important footage, I will spend 9 hours noise cleaning it to absolute perfection in Premiere, but most people won't need that, you know?
Yeah. And how much are they, roughly?
Well, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? The cheap ones, they're about 400 quid. Yeah. And the new one, which is this bad boy, which I refuse to take out because it doesn't have protective lenses. And I contacted Insta and I said, "Where's the protective lenses?" And do you know what they wrote? Do you know what they said to me? I'll take it off screen share now. Do you know what they said to me? They said, "Oh, there we are. Look." They said, "It's not an action cam." And I'm like, it's not a fucking action cam. And so I pointed out, I said, "Here's your website. It's got a guy with a motorbike and there's a person riding a horse." Yeah, that's your website. It's a frigging action cam. Where's the bloody protective lenses? So anyway, now because there's obviously a market for it, because it only just came out, everyone else is producing protective lenses for it. So it's like, up yours then, Insta. If you don't want to sell me something, if you don't want to sell me what you know you're going to have to end up selling me in the end, then screw you. But their kind of idea is, you know, like buy a new one. You know, scratch your lenses, buy a new one, and scratch lenses on those look bad. You want to keep them in pristine condition.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't reading the comments. I was looking at the how to use the software and stuff. So sorry if I've missed anyone who's came in or.
I mean, what I can do is, I think I've done a little tutorial on it somewhere in the past. But what I'll do is I'll do a 360 run through. This is how I use a 360 cam, and I'll record a thing. And then what I'll do is the files from it that you see me doing, I will put them up on a site. So you can download a file about it'd probably be about 5 gig. So it's quite big. You know, I've got a lot of them are like 13, 20 gigs, you know, because it makes massive files, by the way, to do this. And then, you know, you can download that file, download the software for free, and load my footage into it, and then you can be like looking around as if you were me, you know, and having a look about. So
I seem to get the gist of it.
It's really easy. Like, you know, I mean, it's actually easier to use than most video editing software because there's very few functions on it. It's just literally, I want to point this way, and then you point it in the direction, then you play it, and then you say, I want to point it this way, and then you point it. And you just keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. And then you say, output my file, please. And it does it. That's it.
So every time you change the camera, it actually uses a separate file, doesn't it? And it causes gigabytes.
I'm back in a minute. I'm just going to let the dog out.
The file out of that camera is basically one file, but it has 2 lenses in that file. And then the software makes the magic happen. The software makes you see all the 360, but basically the way it shoots is 2 lenses back to back. But when you see the video file, it's just like 2 lenses like that on screen. It's just 1, 2, just 2 circles, but you never get to see that because the software does it into 360. So you never know that's how it was filmed, you know. It just makes the magic happen. So you're just looking at it like that. So all you do is just load that file in, and then you're looking in 360. That's it. You're just moving around, and it's really simple to do. If it's daytime, it's really clean footage. But if it's nighttime or dark, that's when you've got to use the remove grain. And the remove grain can take time. You know, I mean, like, I don't know, 18 minutes of footage could take you an hour and a half, 2 hours to render. You know, like to clean the grain off. But if it's dark footage, it's worth it. But if it's daytime, you don't have to remove the grain because the camera's so clean, you know, you just say, no, just run that video file out straight away. Boom. And it just goes and just does it at almost real time sort of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So,
that's the problem with that, though. Like you say, it's a big file and it takes time and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that it's on my head, and if something happens behind me that I didn't see, later on, all I do is I just turn the camera around, you know, in software, you know. So you get to see everything.
Yeah, I know what you mean there. It's a good idea that in a way. But it, like for me, it's too much.
Yeah.
Memory space and stuff. No, memory space, and it would fill up my hard drives and stuff like that quite quick. Especially if I've got a couple of videos halfway through editing at the same time.
Yeah.
So don't think that camera's for me just yet. I'll have to see what else is out there, because what I'm after is, like you say, some sort of camera on my head, which doesn't stand out like a mile. You know what I mean? Like a sore thumb, or like a Teletubby with something on your head sticking it off. You know what I mean?
Or a miner.
Well, a GoPro is fairly small, but if you want the most small camera, it's the Insta Go 2, you know, which also has the stabilization it does good stabilization, but it's tiny. It's like a little dit, it's like a little nugget. It's like a chicken nugget size, Tiny
but
thing.
how long would the battery last on that then? Wouldn't last that long, would it?
It'd probably be like half an hour, but you could plug a USB into it to keep it going, I was going to say the new version of this is 800 quid because it's got a 1-inch sensor, so it's much bigger. It's much bigger, and it will give me cleaner footage in lower light conditions, because in the daylight, you can just use the normal ones, the cheaper ones, but what I'm up to all the time is nighttime dark. It's all dark, That's why, that's going to work really well. But I have refused to take that out into the field until I've got protection lenses on it, because they scratch like that. Those lenses are out. It's like they're out like that, leaning out, so the moment you hit something, the lens is scratched. There's no like protection, like you have a lens and it has a shroud around it. There's none of that. The lens is like out here like this, like, go on, I want to be scratched, so yeah.
People asking you questions there. What's the editing program called?
It's free to download. It's called Insta360 Studio. Just go to Insta360 or insta.com and just go to the download section, and you can download the software for free. But then all you need is the 360 files from somebody or somewhere. Hey, Lenny.
What format does it say files?
They're a weird format, but it only works with that software, by the way. INSP, INSP files, and it works with that. Yeah.
I was looking down, and it's all I heard was John go.
That's not about him.
Is he having a good grunt? Is he having a good grunter?
Yeah. Maybe he's
He sounds all good and well.
Lenny.
Look at his ears.
Look at him. Lenny.
There he is.
Lenny. Hello, Lenny. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy, Lenny? Hello, Lenny. Lenny. Hello, baby. Are you a good boy? Hello, you're a good boy.
His ears are right up.
Yeah.
Looks like a little gremlin, actually, with his ears like that. He's so cute.
Yeah.
Can obviously hear you.
He's chunky pup, isn't he?
He's massive now. Look. Oh, you saw him before, didn't you? Look at him now.
Chunkalunk. Yeah. Oh.
You've not had him that long, have you?
No. Few months.
Yeah, he's up. Grunteloid. Grunter.
Love it, didn't you?
It's like.
Kiss. No? Don't give me a kiss.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Proper grunts.
Save off.
I do that to my mate Steph, and he started talking back to me. He's like, oh, look at him, look. Oh.
Look at mine coming up in a minute, whistling like that.
God, yours, Jesus Christ, to be like,
I know. Wrestle with a bear.
the horse.
Lenny.
Oh. It's like, where the hell's that coming from?
He loves it. Oh, he's getting everything now.
Proper gremlin.
God, he is going big,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Huh?
He is going big, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
The dog,
massive.
I mean.
Well, that too, but yeah, the dog's getting big.
The dog.
Or is he just happy to see you?
He's always happy to see you. Will you sit down now? What are you going to do? Where are you going? No, don't go down there.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Where did you get your meal from the other day with the 3 pieces of chicken?
Oh my God, that was funny. I had another one today. It's 4. Where was it? It'll come back to me. It wasn't the co-op. It was like Budgeons.
Oh, is it like a supermarket place?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah,
Never
it's
heard
just
of
their
them.
own thing. But it's
Up north.
like done by a tin pot company in the middle of London somewhere, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a website. Otherwise, I'd have just posted it on there as well. Say, look, have a look at this. But
Chicken. Chicken.
yeah, I was ripped off, man. Proper mugged off. 3 bits of chicken. Cheeky bastard.
They rounded off to 5 or something. Nah.
Weatherspoon's prices have hiked up as well, I noticed.
Have they?
Oh, God.
Yeah, they seem to be hiking up a bit. Yeah, like everywhere else.
It's
at the
just
moment.
food, isn't it?
Bollocks.
Everything's going up.
Cooking oil's gone quite high as well. That's
Oh,
surprising
cooking
today.
oil.
Yeah, that's gone crazy, hasn't it?
Yeah, well,
They were saying
go on.
somebody who owns a hotel, she used to pay £20 for a tub of like thing. It's up to £90 now.
Yes, that's how much Sean has to pay for their fat, for their chippy fat, or oil.
Which means
And
chip
then-
shops and hotels are going to start going out of business because they can't cook food, or they're going to have to say, "Well, we don't serve food no more, just hotel rooms." That's it.
Yeah.
Well, they're talking about you know, like have all these Premier matches. They want to play them earlier in the day because all the floodlights is costing them too much. Seriously.
See what I mean? And then they go out and bring electric cars. You know, what's all that about?
I don't know about that because Manchester City ground near us, you look out at night, you just see it glowing orange above the football pitch.
Well, they're looking at not
keep the grass fresh.
Well, they're looking at not playing the matches like till or play them earlier in the day. It's like, really? It's all going to come to a head.
Why don't you just turn the lights off at night? Because it's light pollution for people in Manchester. You know what I mean? It'll save them a fortune.
And I did see in Lidl's, Le Pack butter was like £5.80 for a little tub of butter, which used to be like about £1.50. It's like £5. Are you kidding me? Are you having a laugh?
That's cheap. Some places are charging £9 for it.
They're going out of business, mate. They're going out of business. That's the end of. See you, Le Pack. Bye. Nice to see you. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
it's like the takeaway cups. The takeaway cups when our Sharon started getting takeaway cups when it was over the big, pandemic thing, and she was paying like what £35 for 500. It's now like 200, 300 quid for 500 cups.
What?
So you think about for the 16-ounce cups, what you get like a latte in, but you end up chucking it away. Cost that much for 500 to go in the bin. To go in the bin.
Tony said the price of chimneys have gone through the roof.
You're going to go then? You're going to go back indoors?
Some people have been saying that like your electric bills are not going to be $3 grand; they're going to be $6 grand.
Yeah, 5.
It's like money that none of us have got. So people are just not going to spend it. So the companies, the electric companies, are not going to be making the money because people ain't going to spend it because they just ain't got it. So I don't know who the hell they think they're serving, but it's like, you charge too much and people are just going to say, right. I even know some old bloke who said, right, I'm getting solar panels and I'm going to put them outside and charge them and turn my lights off at night. This is how serious it's got.
Or stock on and candles.
Yeah. Have you seen that comment in the chat there? What's on the screen? Chimneys have gone through the roof.
Oh dear.
Oh, fucking hell. all I can
Yeah.
say is just get your candles in, get some blankets, and make sure you get some water containers. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say goodbye. Go bye-bye, Lenny. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Lenny.
Bye,
Bye.
Lenny.
Bye,
Bye,
baby.
Lenny.
Bye, bye. It's like,
Bye, bye,
Like,
Lenny.
get out, good.
Bye-bye.
bye. Oh.
Come on.
It's got a very
They
cute
were honest to
face.
God to do that to me mate staff, and when you've seen her, you've seen the staffy in the awning, and proper talks to me like, she's like, don't be doing that, and he's massive now, like she can't pull him anymore. He ends up pulling her everywhere. He's too big.
I think it is going to start causing riots, and I think that's what it's going to take because it's not. There's no food shortage. It's just like farmers are being paid not to grow food. The European Union are going, we'll pay you not to grow, right? And now they're going, we're going to ban, like cattle. We're going to ban like cows and sheep, so you can't have them anymore. And it's like, really? So well, they're going to be grown somewhere, aren't they? But it's going to be like what, £100 a burger. Like you're not going to be able to afford it. Only rich people are going to be able to afford it. But the thing is, there will be a backlash because people are not going to take this. People are not going to fucking take it. And I tell you what, if it takes literally dragging these fucking rich poncy little twats who made this happen out into the street and fucking hanging them like they did in the French Revolution, it needs to happen. They need to realize, right? They don't fucking tell people what to do on that scale. Like you're not going to starve people and you're not going to fucking rape them either, And if you need to be dragged out into the fucking street and hung, literally hung, I think it'll get the message across quite quickly because people are going to have a fucking gutsful in this country. If these prices keep going up, people are going to say, who's making the fucking profit here? These were fucking nationalized industries. Electric, gas, water was all fucking nationalized. And it was all privatized. And now the fucking price has gone through the roof. Fuck off. This was always your plan. This was always your fucking plan. It was always meant to be this way. And
they're loyal to themselves
off.
as well because like you can actually change your meter so you can buy your own meter. So you're solely only getting the gas electric, right? Works out cheaper, don't have to pay any charge. If you do it, there's certain ways you have to do it. If you do this, and obviously you then serve notice to the electricity company, for argument's sake, do it with gas as well. You serve notice and saying like you've changed it, you have the corgi register, you get everything done properly, right? And you get them to pick up the old meters. Now, I was watching something on TikTok actually, and the guy he'd done this, and he had the police round because the company had come round and gone, right, we're coming to it. He goes, no, I served the notice to you, everything else, you'd ignored us. We've been speaking to someone at your gaff, whatever, and they weren't having none of it. So they called the old Bill. The old Bill turned up and they were talking to him, and he basically just read them the right. I said, no criminal act has happened here.
No.
I've got all the I've got all the corgi register, everything. Police didn't know what to do. They're like, well, they're just standing there like listening to this guy reel it all off.
Yeah, basically, it's an offence to abstract gas without taking a reading. But if you have your own meter and install that, and you take your own readings, it's not an offence because you are taking a reading.
That's right. If you have your own meter, it's cheaper because you don't have to pay any service charge to the company.
When you get taxed on it, though.
All you're doing is having the gas, and they don't like that. And they it doesn't matter whether you put it in; they'll just come round and then they call the old Bill because they wanted to get into the house, or basically break into the house and take the meter, but it's not theirs. And he'd already served this notice saying, come and collect it like 2-3 weeks ago. They never bothered.
Yeah.
So he did it all
when
correctly.
You get taxed on it, though.
Sorry?
Taxed on what?
When you to even use the service of it, even though it might be yours. Do you know
No,
what I
because
mean?
it's not all our gas meters. It's all owned by all these big companies.
Companies,
So
yeah.
if you buy
Mm.
one yourself, you then own that. All you're doing is getting the gas, and then you have to
Mm.
pay
from
for
a
the gas that
supplier.
you use. That's
Yeah,
it.
from the supplier, yeah.
And what you do then is let the supplier know your meter readings.
That's
So
it.
you're not
That's all you do.
hiring their gas machine because you've already bought one yourself. So you're not
Bloody stupid, isn't it?
hiring the gas meter. Yeah.
And what they've also been doing, they've been to get people like on a like these smart meters. They've been certain companies have been turning around saying, well, we've got to replace your smart meters because your actual meters you have at the moment are dangerous, and they're not. And it's been proven that they're not. And then they're like going, oh well,
Have you
sorry.
heard about the latest thing as well? If you say like, well, I'm sorry, I can't pay for this, so I don't want any electric. I'm just gonna like say take the electric away.
Yeah.
They get a court order to come in your house and they'll kick your door in and they will fit an electric meter. So you're gonna have it whether you like it or not. Because if you say I don't want electric anymore, I'm not paying for it. You take it away. I'm not having electric. They go, no, you are having it whether you fucking like it or not. So work that one out.
And it's dearer if you're on this, like if you're on a council estate, you're all on certain types of meters. You'd have to pay more.
It's the same with the water as well. Like your sewage, I'm talking about mainly. They charge you God knows how much. It goes up all the time, but it's just been proven they're chucking it in the sea, so they're not actually doing it properly. They're not recycling it as it should be. They're just dumping the fucker in the sea. So theoretically, you could write to them and say, "I'm not paying it because you haven't been disposing of it properly, which I pay for you to do."
Yeah, you pay for the service, aren't you?
Yeah, but you're not getting it because they're chucking half it away.
I know somebody who lives in Cornwall, right? And she's been on a live thing I've done in the past, not on this channel, but like for another one. And she lives at the bottom of a valley, right? And so basically, there's a lot of sewage pressure down there from all the houses up the valley come down and get down to where the pipe goes out, but it backs up, and her fucking toilets just explode with bloody crap. Christ, who's fucking texting me now?
I think it's Crazy John said something about that as well. That is that's all blocked up from other people's as well, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
They're assholes, especially on the water, because like if you have a leak on your property, you have to pay for it. If it's out on like the pavement, you don't have to, even though they're actually giving you the water and they do the pipage, and it costs so much to do it because if you've got a major mains leak, you need to get it done. If you phone up like a water company, whichever one wherever you live, they will do it. They'll go, yep, okay. Then they get somebody out, but that person who comes out is subbed. So they're like a subby. So they come out, they look at it, they're like, go, right, we'll price it up. They go then back to the company you phoned. They then add 10, 20% on top and then say, yeah, it's going to be about X amount, like a few grand or something. But if you go to the company directly who come out and say, okay, well, what about doing it through you? Half the cost.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know that's true because I do it.
That's it. They're getting paid either way, aren't they? If they do the job, and if they give a quote to someone, and they quote the customer yourself at too high a quote, they might not get it done.
Yeah, you cut out the middleman on it basically because it goes back to, so for argument's sake, Essex and Suffolk Water. You must have heard of them. They will cost you, but they will add X amount on top, so they make a profit. And also the people who are doing it, who are subcontracted to do it. So if you say fuck you, Essex and Suffolk, and contact the people directly who work for them, but also are general people anyway, it will be half the cost. It will not cost you extra because you're not having to pay the extra amount on top of it.
Yeah.
And they don't like it, but there's nothing they can do about it because the people you use already are sub to Essex and Suffolk are examples. So they're allowed to actually work on mains pipes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody
because
said, where does water comes from the sky? Yeah. No, actually it belongs to the water companies. Yeah. You find that out if you try to collect it yourself, and they'll start coming around your house and serving you notices going, you're taking fucking water, it belongs to us. And you go, well, it landed on my land. No, it's our water though. And you start getting that shit happening to you. It's happened to people. It's happened to people. Oh yeah, yeah. It's like you think, oh well, it lands on my land. It's my water. It comes out of the sky. It's free. No, it belongs to the water company. It's like next it'll be fucking air. Well, it's free. No, it belongs to the government. Fucking give you money. Where's your air tax?
I've heard that a lot of companies charge you if you've got no grass, if it's all paved, if you've got like your garden's all been paved, they charge you extra because you say the water runs off your land into all the gutters and we've got to deal with it. Where if you've got a garden, the rain soaks into the ground.
Yeah.
So
I didn't finish the story with that woman who actually has all this problem with her sewage. Yeah. They say to her, it's her problem, right? The fact that everyone else's sewage is coming into her house and flooding the house out, right? She's lost the value of the money on her house because now she can't sell the house. There's a secret register in London, which they don't tell anybody about. It's called a dirty register. It's literally called the dirty register. And it means houses that flood with sewage, right? But they've got a register for it. So they know all the houses. So they know exactly where this is going on. But will they invest money on sorting out the problem? No. Why is that? Because guess what? The water companies are not responsible for what happens with the sewage, even though it's part of what you pay for. They're not legally responsible for sewage or the pipes. They go, it's nothing to do with us. Those pipes are Victorian. They're nothing to do with us. Or it's just part of the system. It's part of the system we inherited. It's nothing to do with us. And they're allowed to say it's not their problem and they're not fixing it. Trust me. They don't want to know because it means they'd have to spend money and they don't want to spend it. They want profit, and they don't want to spend the money. Trust me, they're wankers. Anyway,
they say once it goes past the, like, say you've got a house and you've got a road there or whatever. Once that pipe goes from your threshold of your land, goes onto your land, that is then your responsibility. It doesn't matter whether they pump it through. They just go, no, nothing to do with us. You have to do it privately. It's ridiculous.
Aye, it is. They always pass the book on, don't they?
All these big companies are just a nightmare, aren't they?
yeah.
And you spend all your time browsing and talking to them and this, that, and the other for them to pass it on to somebody else, and then you never get nothing solved in the end anyway.
No, and they do estimated bills and do all that. And the amount of trouble if you issue them with what you call a SARS, so you're basically asking for all the information that they hold on you. They have to, by law, send it to you. Trying to get it from them is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. What's happened? All the big firms have got too big, and they bought all these smaller firms. So there's not much of a choice for you to go to. I know there's things in the UK law where they can't buy and own the monopoly of the market. But that's what's happened. You know what I mean? If you look at it, there's only like 8, 9 different power companies, really. How many water ones is there? North, south, west, right? Know what I mean? It's not that many. It's only 4 of them or something.
That's where they then do subsidiary companies. So it cuts the this is us. I know that isn't all us. We have these subsidiaries which isn't to do with this one. It's a separate company. So although, like you say, they own the monopoly, they get away with it because it's all subsidiaries. They're all like like ghost companies set up everywhere.
That's it. There's a law there to stop all this happening, but it's happening right
Well,
now. You know what I
they
mean?
get round it. They get round it, don't
Yeah.
they? You know, they do a subsidiary company and say, well, that's not actually that's a separate company.
Angel.
We may have a share in it, but it's not actually our company because we've sold that or whatever.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
One day she's going to end up biting your face off.
Angel.
Put a big blob of cheese. Put a big blob of cheese in your mouth.
It's only a cracker.
Yeah,
It's a
not bothered
cracker.
about us on the TV. All about food, Angel.
They're all about food.
The other thing I found.
Adrian, that's funny. Scooby, I'm not bothered about flashing on the East Coast. I don't swim in the North Sea. Oh, God.
Something I found out about the water companies as well is like if you get a problem with them, right, you can't, because they're private, you can't say to them, well, I need to know where my pipes are into my house. I need to know where it all goes and all that. They go, no, we're not telling you. And you go, well, you have to tell me where the pipes are. And they go, we don't know. That's their biggest one. We don't know because there's no records because it's too old. They do fucking know because they're in the pipes all the time doing bits and pieces, yeah. But this is the thing, they get out of it, and they get out of like if there's a pipe leak and there's water coming out, they tried to say, oh, it's not our fault, it's not our problem because we don't know because we were never given the plan, so we don't know where the pipes are, we don't know where anything is. And they play this game of like we don't know. So if you say to them, look, there's sewage coming out, or I got a leak, or something like that, they go, well, it's not our problem because we don't know where the pipes are. And they play this game of like we don't know. And because they're not regulated anymore by the government, you know, it's like they can get away with it because it's a private company, it's their it's their prerogative, and they go, nothing to do with us. So you have to try and take them on, and they will not bring anything out unless they're ordered to by a court. So you have to take them to court to get it. If you ask them for it, they won't give it to you. If they're ordered by a court, they'll suddenly produce it. But they wouldn't. No, we don't know where anything is. And you go, you do, but you have to take them to court to prove they do.
Not just that, it's also the actual water system itself. It's like, you know, where we go underground, we do storm drains and stuff like that. I'm trying to find any information on a storm drain in the public domain. It's impossible. It's only like people that in our community ourselves that put it up on websites like 28 days later and stuff like that. That actually tells you what it's like or whatever. Even Martin Zero goes and does them, and he documents it because no one knows what's down there. That's why I like going down because you never know what you're going to come across. No.
That storm drain I know about, like that big one,
Is that the one with the steps going down the spiral steps?
Now I've spoken to. I actually spoke to the water company about it. I've spoken to a varied number of people, and no one even knew it was there. Even on the maps, it's not there. On the floodplain, which you'd expect it to be there, because it basically when the place floods, it goes into a culvert meant to go down an old ditch, which is now housing, but there's a ditch there, and then down into this like big old tunnel. But no one knows. The only thing which is there, if you look on a map, old maps on LiDAR, everything, you've just got a ditch, and that's it. Nothing else. And they didn't even know it was there. I've traced it back. It's got to be built about 50s, possibly 60s. And that's all I know. I don't even know where it goes. And
I remember when I lived in a floodplain area. So basically all the water used to funnel down my lane. And it was like literally. So I went out and bought loads of stone to actually angle the lane. So it went down at an angle. So it would just channel away, you know. Yeah. And that was the only safe way to do it, because when the rains come down, it's like a river coming down my lane, and literally the lane had filled up. So I I subsided the lane. I actually made it go at an angle. So when the neighbours had to drive in, they drive in and they drive their cars up at an angle. But I did it for a reason, you know, because it's like people look at it and they go, "What's this stupid shit?" And I said, "Well, what this stupid shit is not getting flooded, right? So that's what that stupid shit is. It might look stupid until you see what the rains come like when they come down here." And nobody ever did anything about it. Like, you know, we were a Crown property and nobody ever came to clean the culverts or to clean anything like that. And I've seen the neighbours literally getting shovels out and cleaning it out themselves because nobody comes to do it. And we were in an acknowledged floodplain area. But they're like, "You're in a floodplain area. Happy days. Get on with it yourself then. Go on. Deal with it." Because they won't.
Yeah.
They won't come out, but they want you to pay money for water services. And they go, "Oh, it's your problem. Flood. We don't care. Sewage, runoff water, your problem. Council,
like
water companies,
the
not
council.
interested."
The council, like round here, they're meant to keep on top because we've got bungalows at the back of my house, which old people live in, and they walk up and down the path all the time. Literally, the grass is about this high through the pavements. And once that gets wet and that person walks down that path, they're gone. They're gone. And they won't clean it up. So literally, some of our neighbours and my mum have cleaned all the back here because it's causing rats and stuff. It's going to cause rats eventually. But they're too damn lazy to come round and cut the grass because apparently I don't bloody well know. Apparently they're short-staffed and they haven't got the money or they haven't got the funds or something stupid. So the estate's just
all right then. Just don't pay for it until you get a £1 million settlement bill for somebody who's tripped over and injured themselves. That's fine then. Yeah, you just do it that way.
That's what I mean, yeah. And it's right in front of a bungalow. You know, all the bungalows go right round in a circle.
It's like our streets round here. You go out on the pavement and there's like half trees growing out of the ground, but they're not trees. They're like weeds growing up that big.
Yeah,
really bad.
They only ever do something when someone falls over and sues them, and then they go, "Oh fuck, what are we going to do now? Oh, we get this sorted."
Yeah.
It's stupid because we've ended up clearing this little corner here because it's coming into our garden as well. It's all growing into our garden.
247 Hinky says Royal Mail are a joke. They're not interested in lost or stolen post. Well, I've had experiences of this. I've had experiences of this because, like, the postman comes and he doesn't put a little thing through the door saying that the parcel has to be picked up. So they did this the other day. I was unaware that there was a parcel that they wanted me to pick up. And it wasn't at the local post office because sometimes they do this funny thing of they don't take it to the local post office, which is just a 2-minute walk down the road. They take it back to the depot for some unknown reason, right? And then the depot only opens like 2 hours for 2 days a week.
Same as ours.
Yeah. So you can't collect it. You just don't know when you can collect it. So anyway, I didn't even know this parcel was there. I had an email come through and it said, "Oh, we've got a parcel for you," and it's at the deviser's office. I'm like, "Oh, here we go." I've got to go in now. I've got to find out when their opening times are, and I've got to really schedule an appointment, like a time to get in there to get it. So they said, "Well, you can reschedule it for a redelivery," and I said, "Oh, that's much easier, right? I'll do that then." So I rescheduled it for a delivery, and it said, "Yep, we've got it, and we're going to deliver it." And then 2 weeks passed and it never came. And I wrote to them and I said, "Well, it still hasn't come. Is there some sort of problem?" And they went, "Oh, thank you for your thing. We'll get back to you." And then they got back to me. They went, "Well, we don't know where it is, but anyway, anything that's gone is sort of your problem. Sort it out with the company that sent it and goodbye." So it was no recourse. So I escalated it and I've escalated it and it's been a week and a half and I still haven't heard. And I just said to them, "Do you know what actually happened in the end?" Right? Because I put in a complaint, they took it off the system. They said, "It's been collected now."
What?
But I haven't collected it.
Bookers for that.
So they said, "It's been collected." And I said, "Well, hang on a minute, right? First, you didn't post me a thing through the door to tell me where it was, right? I've scheduled a redelivery. It hasn't come. And because I've done that, you've taken it off the system. So are you telling me somebody's collected it then? If somebody's collected it, who at the post office has nicked my mail? Because it wasn't me. I have not come in. Where's my frigging post?
Shouldn't they have a time and date when they came in?
Yeah, they're
When they
meant to,
collected
but
it?
sometimes they lie. Sometimes they
They
lie
don't
on it.
bother, do they?
Well, you could ask for the request and obviously for the camera footage as well. Because
Well, it's
obviously
like,
it's you can report it as theft to the police as well.
yeah, of course you
Yeah.
can. DHL are a bugger for that. And I've been waiting for a parcel, you know, when the football match was on, right? They said on the system that they'd knocked at such and such a time. They bloody well didn't, because I was in the house. I
Yeah.
was in this living room all day waiting for this parcel. And what it was is, I put 2 and 2 together. It's because the football was on. So that makes me think, are they just saying that they've knocked and they haven't, because they're that backloaded with loads of deliveries, and took it back to the depot and then asked me for a charge to get it redelivered. I had to pay another £7 to get it redelivered. It came here, and then they've done it again. They actually done it again. And
Yeah,
said that they'd knocked, put a postcard in, and then put on the system that they tried to deliver to this address, but there was nobody in. I bloody was in. I was waiting all day for it, so I phoned, because with DHL you can't really get in touch with them properly. It takes a ball ache to get in touch with somebody via phone, to speak to somebody in person, because on their website, because they deal with businesses, that they don't have you to have a contact unless you have a contract with them, and then you can find an easy way to contact them.
The thing is, I'm suspicious of it. Not, you know, I've got no reason to sort of like know where it's gone, but it makes me suspicious, because let's look at it from this point of view. The postman has not posted a note to say that there's parcel is there, yeah, and then it disappears and somebody's collected it. Well, is that the postman getting stuff delivered to my address and collecting it from the sorting office? Because that means there's a theft has taken place. So it's like somebody just said in the channel now, you know, it's like report it as theft, you know, because it's like, well, I'm sorry, you never informed me that this was there, so somebody's taken it and like, you know, put it in the sorting office, and they've taken it out the sorting office. Is this mail theft? Are they using my address to like send shit to that it doesn't get delivered and they steal? Now, I mean, I know some people do scams where they go, oh, it hasn't come, and then they get a second thing sent and all this bollocks, but this is not the case. It's like, I don't even know who it's from.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say on the tracking who it came from. So I can't contact the company it came from because I don't know who they are. You know, so as far as I'm concerned, it might be somebody is actually like scamming, you know, something to be sent to somebody's address. You know, I don't know. Could be.
Yeah, you never know, do you? Suppose you could do that if you was a postman, couldn't you? Send things to people's address on your own route, so you know what
when it's
to look
going to
out
be there,
for,
and
which parcel it is, and who it's from, and presto,
They were stealing post at our post office. A guy which was literally over the road.
No, don't mean stealing post. Don't mean stealing post. I mean ordering stuff at a certain address, and because they're waiting for the whatever's coming, and they're posting it themselves or delivering the stuff to that house, and know it's them who's got to post it, so they just claim it, and obviously they can say no. What I mean?
What you mean, like you mean like Benno taking keys out of people's post boxes so that he can get stuff sent to that post box and he can steal it, and then defrauding and fraudulently signing people up for things, that they don't have any knowledge that they paid for, and then those things are going to those post boxes. And he actually said when he did it, he said he was taking the keys, and he said to Jordan, he said that might come in handy. And then the next thing we know, right? Because he's probably watching this fucking now, yeah. The next thing we know, people got signed up for mobile phones, and they were getting fucking threatening letters coming through the doors.
Yeah.
But he
saying
wasn't
you've
doing
had
it to
such
he
a
wasn't doing it to
phone.
he wasn't doing it to random people he didn't know. He was signing up people he did know. That's how twisted the little fucker is. He wasn't doing it to like random names and random people. He was doing it to people he knew.
And getting it picked up
Yeah.
at a local
Yeah.
post thing. Yeah.
And going and picking up stuff from a fucking post box. Yes, that's
Yeah.
been reported to the police as well, Mr. Benno.
Yeah.
Like these Amazon, these Amazon post things, getting into the lockers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little twat. The thing it's one thing to like steal off big organizations, but when you start signing up, it's like me signing up Will for a mobile phone and then fucking diverting it to another address. So Will gets the bill,
Yeah, but I don't get
but
the
he
phone.
don't see the phone. Yeah. That's so fucking twisted these pricks are.
That's no good. People do that.
Yeah.
It's like I say,
Yeah.
that's what a postman could be doing all the time. You never know. Might not just be a phone. It could be anything really, as long as he knows what to look out for.
Yeah.
I thought like the
Mr.
same thing in the post office itself back in the day when parcels were going through and they hire new staff on for Christmas time, to get these parcels out. Who's there to stop one of the rogue employees they've just hired slapping their own labels on with their own address on?
Yeah, it's easy to print a label, no problem. Of course it is.
And I mean, there's probably about £5,000 worth of fraud there going on, and I wonder who did that then. Yeah,
That's ridiculous. But it is, but it's easily done. It's easily done.
Yeah,
that
but
person, you know where they live.
It's easily done until you realise that these people have actually told people what they're planning.
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
know, yeah.
And it's like it's one thing to plan some sort of scam that doesn't hurt anyone, but like actually pointing it at your fucking friends.
And
you know what I mean? People who know you, they know you, and they know what you've said you're going to do, and you fucking pointed at them.
Catch you in a bit, Thomas.
But that just shows you, doesn't it? I haven't got a brain cell.
Running a little bit later tonight. That's why I've left the show going on an extra half hour because I started my show late. So it's a 2 hour slot. So
half 12 then, yeah. Half 12, yeah.
11.
Half 12.
11.
Half 12.
Well, yeah,
I've got work tomorrow. 12.
12.
12 o'clock then. 12.
12.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Come on, barter.
Oh no.
Go on, I'm
Come on.
Come on. I think we deserve it because you were late.
He took his headphones off. He's like, I'm not listening to what you're saying.
No, there's
I'm
this
not
out there. I
listening
don't know what's going on there. All night instead.
Oh, night long.
I mean, the thing is, I've had credit cards in the past and not paid the bills, but it's like the only thing that's happened from that is I've been chased for the money. But it's like there's one thing is ripping off a large organization and sort of but there's another thing ripping off like a granny or a person or somebody that's not the fucking same. You know what I mean?
Horrible.
It's like you're just causing shit to people because it's just them. So therefore, it's like, oh, I know them. I know how I could fuck them because I know how I could do this because I could fuck them. But it's like, don't you realize how fucking stupid that is? Because they know it's you. They fucking know it's you. So it's going to come back on you. I mean, I just don't understand the kind of stupidity. It's like, on the one hand, it's like you're going to get in trouble with the police, and on the other hand, you're going to get in fucking serious trouble with people who know you.
And you know what? He isn't bothered. He really isn't.
Can we change the subject about, please?
I think he would be bothered, but under certain circumstances, and those circumstances definitely need to happen. Yeah.
Can we change the subject,
Go on,
please?
Then,
About that now. Been going on about it long enough.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, it's supposed to be a
hell.
neutral channel, this and not.
Oh, I
Neutral.
see. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
He's like he's like Switzerland. This guy, like he's like Switzerland. He don't want to argue with anybody, but he's just got all these like gold under his bed. Like, and we won't ask where it came from because that would be like not neutral.
By the way, Will,
Yeah.
did you get your aerial sorted?
My aerial, well, they did sort it out, yeah, but I don't know if it works. Don't use the TV.
Oh, bloody hell. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. What's the next
Bengal, they're
subject?
saying you must go live later on, or Melissa, you must. Apparently, you must go live.
Me?
Apparently, yeah.
No, I'm not doing it tonight.
I'm not. Yeah.
Crazy John's going live at midnight, apparently.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is
I
there?
better get me bloody tea in then.
When you finish at midnight, Will, Crazy John's going live. So that's
I'll stick my curry in the microwave. Big curry, put it in a curry.
Put it in a curry.
Put it in a curry. Put him in as well.
Put him in a curry.
Put Benno in the curry. Yeah. He wouldn't like that, by the way, because he doesn't agree with like Indians and an Asian food or anything that's from a small restaurant because it's dirty. It's dirty,
I love
dirty food.
Indian food, me. I
do like Indian, but it doesn't like me.
Yeah. I think a nice curry is really nice. Yeah. I'd rather have a. I don't know what would I rather have, a curry or a Sunday dinner.
Sunday dinner.
It's a bit of a Sunday dinner is just every.
I'd have
You don't
a
get
proper
it
Sunday dinner, not a half roast dinner, a proper Sunday dinner.
I'd have curry. Yeah. I absolutely adore curry, but I'd have to have a roast dinner and then a curry afterwards, perhaps.
I'd have it for your supper.
I had some cheese paneer. That was really nice. I was like, oh.
I haven't even had me tea yet.
Cheese paneer. Oh, yes. The other night.
Tell you what I can't eat is pizza and stuff like that because it's got cheese in, but it smells so nice.
Don't you like cheese?
Oh, come on, let's get off. Let's go, Matt. Let's go.
Can you eat vegan cheese?
Never tried that.
I wouldn't
try that.
I can drink milk and stuff like that. So
it's like rubber.
Dairy products not too bad, but just cheese,
cheese is lovely.
No.
Oh mate, I live for cheese, man.
Yeah.
But
like cheese
vegan
too.
cheese, that's just taking the piss, man. It's horrible.
Any type of cheese except farmhouse.
Well, do you know what? Will, you can actually have a pizza with just a tomato on it. And you could say like no cheese. I don't want any cheese. I just want tomato and meat and various other bits and pieces. And they would do it for you.
Isn't that called a kebab or nam?
Well,
I'd just call it tomato-based pizza.
Tomato pizza, like you could say, I don't want any of that on it.
Yeah, the pizza's got a different base, hasn't it, than nam? It's more solid and crispy or something, isn't it?
Well, it's still bread essentially, isn't it? But yeah, it's just like
dough.
It's all dough.
Dough.
Yeah.
I must admit, I prefer me thin crust pizza. Let me tell you.
English breakfast.
Cheese, you gotta be cheese.
I don't know. Sometimes English breakfast is a bit too much, but yeah. Yesterday we was going, like I said, out with Richard, and we had to turn around and we pulled into a cafe. So I thought, right, I'm stopping here. Went in for a bacon butter, came back out. Oh, hit the spot. But for 2 bacon butties, it came to £9.
What? How many rashers of bacon did they give you? 2?
I think 3. I'm not too sure. I didn't count.
Well, that's standard anyway.
I didn't count. I just threw it in my mouth and munched it. Know what I mean?
Mind you, there again, though, people can charge £6 for a cheese sandwich.
Yeah, how does that work?
Yeah, I don't know.
You can have a non-cheese pizza.
Oh, you
can have a chocolate pizza.
Yeah, Domino's do them as well. You
Yeah.
you know, what's a pizza without cheeses? It's called a pizza marinara.
Pizza
Pizza
Miranda.
marinara.
And then
It's a
they're in the
classic
marinara.
Neapolitan pizza. There's no cheese. A classic Neapolitan pizza has no cheese. So it's all about the tomatoes, simply garnished with garlic and oregano. So it's bread, tomato, and spices. You know, no cheese.
Pepperoni, bit of onion.
I never knew that you could get them.
Yeah.
I'll put up you want.
Non-cheese pizza. Hang on, you can get it in Domino's as well if you ask for it. But I don't rate Domino's anymore since they
So
fucking hike
you'd have
their
to know,
prices up.
remember the name of it then, wouldn't you? You'd have to remember the name of it to order it.
Yeah, you can have, like, if you have a vegan pizza in Domino's, it won't have cheese in it because it's vegan. So they're by definition. But yeah, you could say, can I have a vegan pizza but with pepperoni and loads of meat on it? See, they'll understand
They'll be
that.
confused then, won't they?
They go, can I have a vegan pizza but with loads of meat in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, you could go to a Chinese and ask them for a vegetarian chow mein.
Yeah. You can have
but that does confuse me.
vegan nuggets as well.
Just give me everything else with no meat in. Just give me just basically vegetables in a sauce.
Nah, I can't eat too many veggie meat. I don't like veg.
What, you don't like veg, yeah?
Peas, carrots, potatoes, and I think that's about it. All I eat.
You can have the chick ain't pizza as well, which has chicken soya strips. You know, but it does have sorry. But I mean, it can be done, but you probably will have to kind of get the pizza bases and make it yourself to a degree. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I might try one someday.
I showed my PayPal then, showing everybody's donations.
I don't think we've got you on screen, have we?
Well, you didn't. You're not now, but I did.
Oh,
I showed my PayPal, which has got like John Bengle's purchase of my Boblov is on there, and everything else.
Oh dear.
You've got a donation I made to keep the ban anti-fox hunting. See, I made a donation to them. So yeah. Oh Jesus.
I hate hiccups.
It's not the end of the world, but you know.
Make your own. Be all right.
There's going to be a shortage of cheese, it's someone saying there in the chat.
Oh, don't be saying.
Do you know what I think is going to happen if these food prices go through the roof? It's just people are just going to start stealing from, like, massively stealing from supermarkets. So it's like, yeah, supermarkets are already a rip off. I mean, Morrison's, they take like a £1, tin of something, and they'll charge like £2-3 for it. You know what I mean? It's like they are the rip off. They are rip off companies. Massive profits, absolutely through the roof. And the thing is, it's like once they start starving people are going to go, no. So you start stealing. So welcome to.
Bags, it's like the like the carrier bags. They put the 5p in, then it went up to 10p, 20p, 50p, whatever. Did you notice that the bags that you get now, they're smaller than they ever had? And like Morrison's, they do, what is it? They had the cardboard ones, which are fair enough, but they're like, what's it, 50, 60p for one, and they're tiny. You can't fit bugger all in them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, well, you're going to recycle it, so why charge so much? Don't be an arse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just making a rod for their bloody backs. Like, it's. I always see like packets of these Walker's crisps, like Sensations, and they want like £2.50 for those. That's like considered the normal price, but you can go up Lidl's.
Yeah,
and you get them for like £1 or £1.25. Now, Lidl's ain't going to be selling. They're not going to be selling those at a loss. So it just goes to show you, if you can buy in Lidl's for £1.25, but Morrison's is charging you £2.50. Ooh,
Yeah.
even over the retail price, which is probably about 70 pence, they're making about £1.50 a pack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like wankers.
Mhm.
Just complete profit. You're going to pay. We bought it for 70 pence. You're going to pay £2.50. Yeah.
Well, like you said, Matt, the public won't stand for it eventually. And I think when people just start walking into supermarkets in bulk and just filling the shopping trolleys up and walking out, the security is going to be overwhelmed and they won't be able to do anything. And yeah, they're just going to strip all the main supermarkets as like plague of lotus, and from one supermarket to the other, then because there's no food for other people, they start panicking and grabbing food from wherever they can. It just go crazy, like you say. So let's hope it don't get that bad. So yeah.
Well,
you know, you
I think we've got
can blame our wonderful leaders who are worried about global warming to the point where they want to starve people, to the point where riots start happening, when actually there is no problem at all, but they're making a problem. So therefore, yeah, you want to like take food away because you think there's going to be some problem down the line, but there is no problem. But no, we're saying there really is a problem now. You can't have cows, you can't have this, you can't have that, you can't have none of it. It's like, oh, I'll tell you what then, how's about we come and live in your fucking house then, and we take what you've got.
Yeah.
We kick you fucking rich cunts out onto the street, yeah, and we live in your house.
They'll be fine. They'll be covered. They're sorted.
You know.
Can you hear that?
What?
It's time. It's
no,
time to finish.
It's not.
It
no,
is.
it isn't.
It is.
No,
no,
I'm deaf. I'm deaf. I've got a problem with my hearing.
What?
Yeah.
Say what?
What are you going on about?
Yep. Right, so thank you everyone for joining in, and like I say, when we first started, thank you everyone who watched my last video so much. Much appreciate you all coming on every week, so see you all next time. Good night. Bye-bye. Stay safe till next time.
Right, he's going to be on for half an hour chatting to us, folks. It's all a lie. It's a trap. It's a trap. He's going to be on for half an hour chatting to us. It's a waste of time, folks. To tell him no.
It's not. Basically, I was up yesterday early, and I was out all day yesterday.
But you're going to be up for half an hour chatting to us, like behind the scenes now. Come on.
I'm not tonight because I'm totally knackered, mate. So
yeah,
it's one of them ones.
Right.
So see you all next week.
Right, I'm off then. I'm literally going to go say goodbye then. I'm going to click goodbye. Goodbye then.
Yeah. See you later. Bye.
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 Bye now. See ya.